to episode 2 of What You Cookin' Boo. So in this episode, last episode we did chicken, today we are doing salmon. I don't know about y'all, but I love me a good piece of baked salmon. And for those of you who act like you can't cook fish without flour and lard, I'm gonna need you to watch this. So we have this beautiful salmon here. We are also doing a white wine and lemon finishing sauce. We are also doing honey gold baby potatoes. And added to the plate as well, we are doing a baby spring mix with goat cheese and walnuts. So super excited. This meal has a lot of my favorite things. It has salad, has a good meat, has good sauce, and it also has potatoes. Okay, so before we get started with the salmon, y'all been down here and take a look at this. Let's go ahead, you know what I'm saying? Let the camera just roll on this beautiful salmon. This came from Publix. So what I like to do is take the flanks and cut them into the size that I think my family members are going to eat. So like for the smaller kids, I cut smaller pieces. And then for like us adults and my teenage kids, I cut, larger sections. And this is just to make sure that none of the pieces go to waste. I don't like to cook the entire flank. Some people cut it after the fact. I like to cut it before I season it. So I'm gonna go through and I like to mark out my cuts before I actually, cut all the way through. So I would say like, Jackson and Zaria and Jeremy and then me, and then like Hendrix, and then we can't forget about Kendall. And then I'm going to cut this last piece into 2 sections. And this will be just leftovers. So now I'm going to go through and actually cut my fillets. Cut them. All right. So we have all our salmon in the pan. Another space. Okay, so now I'm going to slide my pan over. Go wash my hands. Okay, so I put a few things on my seasoning when it comes to salmon. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and pat myself on the back. I'm gonna share a little story with y'all real quick. Now, before my husband met me, let me rephrase that. Before my husband met me, and he was previously married, he did not eat salmon at all. So we started dating. I start, when you trust somebody enough to invite them to your house, you make sure they ain't crazy. You let them come over, and you cook dinner for them. The first thing I wanted to cook was salmon. And he's like, "Oh, I don't eat salmon. I don't eat salmon. I don't like salmon." So I was like, you know what? Try my salmon one time. I'm not gonna tell you what the bet was, but try my salmon one time. And I promise you're gonna like it. And ever since then, he's been eating salmon. It's to the point now where he actually requested. So my salmon's good. It's good. Okay, so for the seasoning, we are going to use pink Himalayan salt. Don't let the name scare you. You can get this from Publix for about $3 or $4. You don't need to go like down to the corners of the earth. You can get it from anywhere. We're also going to use Old Bay seasoning, a oldie but a goodie. Stays in my cabinet. Lemon juice. You don't have to be fresh lemon juice. You can use in a bottle. This is just what I have on hand. I think I used all my lemon juice a few days ago. So fresh lemon is always best. Olive oil, extra virgin olive oil. And we're going to do some freshly cracked black pepper and some garlic powder. Midway through cooking, we're going to hit it up with another seasoning. We'll go over that at that time. And then to finish her off, we're going to add just a tiny piece of butter on top of each fillet. So I'm going to go over it lightly with the pink Himalayan salt, Old Bay seasoning, and my household, like if I'm not generous with the Old Bay, I get the side eye stare. So I want to be able to see not just smell it on the salmon. I want to be able to see it. So a generous amount. I know you might be like, ooh, that's too much. But no, it's not, girl. Keep that wrist shaking. Keep it going. I'm gonna hit that up a few times. Then we're gonna go in with a little garlic powder. Not garlic salt, garlic powder. Give a little shake, shake, shake. We're gonna do 2 laps in this pan. So forwards and then backwards. Just a little butter on top of each. So just a little bit of butter right on top. So each piece has its own piece of butter. Then you want to go in with your lemon. And this lemon is going to serve a dual purpose today. We're going to use it for the white wine finishing sauce as well as with the sauce as well as with the salmon. Try to preserve what I can. And it doesn't take much lemon. So you just go drizzle back and forth. You may want to grab another wedge and then start from the other end and just crush it between your hands. Last but not least, we're going to go in with our extra virgin olive oil. I've already preheated my oven to 415 degrees. You can do 425, but I like to do like 415. So I'll just drizzle. So we're going to do like 2 laps. So when I say 2 laps, I mean one's down and one's back. Perfect timing. The oven just dinged. So this is what she looks like going into the oven. So I'm not going to cover it or anything. We're gonna go in just like this. So follow me to the oven. Y'all, I'm getting hungry because my salmon is almost there. It smells so good. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys what it's looking like. How it's starting to froth, or like the white is starting to show. You can start to see the separation in the filet. Now we are at phase 2 for this meal. It's time to cook the baby potatoes, or as Jackson likes to call them, my 4-year-old, the spicy potatoes. So we're gonna go through and cut these into pieces. I'll put the knife here and I'm going to chop it open, and pieces fly everywhere, always. And I'm going to cut off the end. No matter what I'm cooking. So go through and cut those into pieces. Take off the extra peel if possible. I'm not gonna stand here and actually take the time to take all of it off. I don't mind, my family doesn't mind little pieces. And add it. So we're gonna take it and just throw it in there. So this is about 2 cloves of garlic. So now we're going to take, now we're gonna take some Asian oat VSOP balsamic vinegar. And we're going to literally just drizzle a tiny bit on the potatoes. Next, we're going to take some chopped onions. Just a little of that also. So I'm going to just put it in this one spot. Let you guys see. It's literally maybe just a palm amount in my hand. So about 2 of those. Not very much. Next, we're gonna take some basil leaves. And we're gonna do, a good old lap around the bowl with those as well. Some olive oil. I'll do about 2 laps. Some Tony Chirachas is good on everything. I'm gonna do a little of that. We're not gonna be as generous as we was with the chicken, but just a little bit. And last but not least, we are going to take 2 pieces of butter. 1/3, since we want to jump out the pack. And I don't like odd numbers, so we're gonna do it 4. I don't know why this season always make me cough. What is it? Am I allergic to the Creole seasoning or what? Am I not supposed to be using it? Is this a sign with my blood pressure high? Like, now y'all done see me use all these spices on this counter. I done season the salmon. I done season everything. But the one time I use this, I'm coughing like I got COVID. Like, what happened? I mean, I use vinegar, olive oil, onion, chopped onions, you know, vinegar, like aged vinegar, you know, salt, garlic powder, what is this? I'm about to say Lawry's, but Old Bay seasoning. I mean, like, this is strong. I have used everything. And the one time that I used the Creole seasoning, I just started coughing. So, yeah. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and put our lid on these potatoes. I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like first. So this is what everything, the butter and all that goodness. Yes, 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 yes. And looking at it, I actually might wanna go in and add a tiny bit more basil. I don't think it's quite enough basil. And I don't think it's quite enough olive oil. I know how I am about my olive oil, you know what I'm saying? I like to see it, smell it, all that. I don't like my, you know, want to look dry. All right. So now we have all our pieces in. I'm going to place my lid over it and give it a little shake. You know, got like tamarind it, mix it all up. You know, you ain't doing unless you bite your lip, unless you just, that means you're doing it. All right, so they're all mixed around together. I'm gonna show you guys what this looks like now. Ta-da, ta-dow. So now I'm gonna go ahead and add these into my pan and let them cook. And then we're also going to give a little peep in on the salmon and see how she's doing it. And then we're gonna come back to this counter and we're gonna prepare this gorgeous and yummy salad. And what I failed to mention initially is this salad, so yes, it has the baby greens, baby spring mix, but it also has honey, goat cheese, which is amazing, and walnuts, but also a pear. So let's go ahead and put these in the pan and check on our salmon. Into the pan, get a spoon. I'm gonna go ahead and add some white wine to my potatoes, since it's already here. It's like $4 from Walmart. And this is what I normally cook with, Sauvignon Blanc. So I'm gonna add about a little bit less, so about 1/2 cup to the white potatoes. And I'm also gonna use this for the white wine and Parmesan finishing sauce for the salmon. So we're gonna go ahead and pour it up. That's it. So we're gonna go ahead. So as soon as you add the wine, go ahead and just bounce around the pan a little bit. You know, get everything equally distributed. I'm gonna go ahead and add my lid. Give it some breathing room here on the side. And now we are going to make our, so Okay, so now we're going to make our white wine finishing sauce for the salmon. This won't be added until the salmon is served. My husband has made it clear that he does not want any white wine finishing sauce, you know, on his salmon, but I plan to have tons on mine. It's okay, leave the extra for me because it will be good. So let's go ahead and work on that now. Sauce. Okay, so this sauce has a lot of different parts. It has garlic, it has half and half, or if you don't want to use half and half, or heavy cream, you can use, you know, milk and butter. We have white wine, Parmesan cheese, basil, boiling chicken stock, butter. So a lot of different parts. It is very easy to bake. So first we're gonna start off with our sauce pot. We want to do 2% milk. And the reason why I'm not using heavy cream is because I forgot to add it to the grocery list and I just forgot to get it. But I always have milk. An entire clove of garlic already crushed and cut. Add it here. Then boiling roasted chicken, seasoned roasted chicken of this. So now you're probably like, oh, you're making salmon, why are you using chicken stock? You'll see. Next, we're going to do about 3 spoons of butter. 1, 2, 3. A palm of basil leaves. Black pepper, fresh black pepper. Parmesan grated cheese. 1. Mix. Go ahead and cover. Go over with the Creole seasoning, just a little bit, just a light dusting. I'm gonna set it back in here for a little bit, just so I can pick up a little more heat with the Creole seasoning. Okay, so our white wine sauce is done, the topping for the salmon. Because I did not have heavy whipping cream, I just completely left off the grocery list. But you know, my mouth was already ready for the finishing sauce. So of course you can take, you know, a substitute. You can do butter and milk to substitute for the heavy whipping cream, and then add all the remaining ingredients. But I will post the recipes for what I did as a substitute, as well as the recipes if you have the heavy whipping cream. To me, they both come out about the same, just maybe not quite as thick, so it may not be that quite much as body. We're using the milk, especially since I use 2% milk, but I did use regular butter, that country crock butter. So at the end of this recipe, I added all-purpose flour, and I added about a half a cup of Italian cheese, just to beef it up a little bit, just to get some of those hunks of flour down at the bottom. And because it's really hot still, your lemon zest. You don't need a whole entire lemon, probably just about half, not even quite half. And that's probably enough there. I still have all this left. This is on half of a lemon. About the remaining lumps. So with the salad, I have pre-washed my spring greens mix. And now I'm going to take the honey goat cheese, and I'm going to cut it into chunks. And this is soft, so because it's very creamy. And this is honey goat cheese, a bit, and then I'll just place it into the salad. This is how to be sliced in any particular way. If you want to put larger chunks on, you can. And just put it up into the salad. if you're looking for the exact cheese that I use, this comes from Publix. It's $3.29 per tube. This is the honey goat cheese. It's very, very rich, very, very good. I mean, I could eat this on a spoon by itself. It's sweet and really creamy. It also tastes great on sandwiches or on paninis. But as you can see, like, it's just really soft. But you can add it to salad. You can roll it. You can take a knife and part it and spread it on bread, you know, or meat. It's really, really good. And I'm going to use this salad dressing, Ken Steakhouse Light Northern Italian with basil and Romano dressing and marinade. This is really good. It's really versatile. You can use this on salads, on chicken. And I literally used this for about months before I realized that it was light. So I'm gonna do a little drizzle over the salad. I actually had this last night for dinner. This is what the potatoes look like. This is some of the naturals. I didn't add anything to them since I got them out of the pan. They cooked for about 20 minutes. And they're very soft. The butter wine sauce is there. You have your potatoes here, the baby potatoes here, seasoned. You have your main star here, which is the salmon with the white wine and lemon finishing sauce, topped with lemon zest. And then you have your baby green salad with pears, walnuts, and honey goat cheese. Actually, I forgot one thing. Forgot to add the cranberries. So now I'm about to actually try it. I've tried the potatoes thus far, but not everything else. So I'm gonna show you what one looks like as I eat it. So very buttery. You see the olive oil. You see all the seasoning. You can taste the VSOP vinegar. It's the aged vinegar. It's really good, but without being like super overpowering. So you can still taste the potato. Like, it's not too much going on. And then for the salmon, as you can see, it's very tender. I mean, I literally just touched it with the knife, and you can see how it just breaks apart. The sauce here on the end, some of the lemon zest I topped it off with, and it's very good. It's very rich, very creamy. Can't taste that big of a difference between using the milk and the butter and the half and half. The half and half would just be thicker, like more like cream soup. So this is a tiny bit thinner, but not by much, because I used the Italian cheese and a tiny bit more chicken stock to beef it up towards the end. So can't tell that much of a difference. It might have been like a little bit harder to make, take a little bit more effort balancing out the ingredients, but I mean, if you don't want to do that, you can just get the half and half. So, and then onto the salad. Guys, I tell you, this goat cheese is amazing. With the pears, with the cranberries, with the salad dressing, it is bomb. With the walnuts, just give it like, you know, more texture. So, and that's what this looks like. So you have the rolled goat cheese here, the walnuts, the cranberries. Of course, the olive oil and the salad dressing is throughout, and I think it's the pear on there. I'm gonna add one. Get a full taste. So I'm gonna taste it. So I had this last night. And it dawned on me while I was eating it. I was like, wow, I should add cranberries. And the cranberries, I thought would set the goat cheese off. But what it did was, the walnuts set off the pears and the goat cheese. I didn't really do anything for the cranberries, but it set off the goat cheese and the pears. And what else? A salad dressing. My mind went blank. Okay, so that is it, guys. This is like, when I cook meals and they're good, I'm always like super proud of myself, you know. But when I cook them and they're like amazing, like, especially I guess if it's something I haven't had in a while, I'm always like, oh my God, this is so good. And then I'll eat it for like 2 or 3 days, and I won't eat it again for like maybe a month. So, but this is really good. Cooking food myself like this, I mean, you go to a restaurant order stuff like this, but to me it's better because you know what's in it, especially if you're trying to, like, you know, trying to watch your waistline, or you're trying to watch your health, diabetes, high blood pressure, whatever. It's always good to know exactly what is in your food. Going to a restaurant and ordering it, it tells you, but it's not gonna really tell you everything. So that is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed cooking with me today. If you like seeing videos like this, don't forget to comment below and let me know so I can continue giving you all this good food. If you enjoy the laughs, the laughter, and cooking here in the kitchen with me, please comment below. I would like to hear it. That's it for the second episode of What You Cooking, Boo, and I'll see you guys on next time. Bye bye.